Sometimes dead is better.
Get out! Get out! Get out, Charlie.
Fine. I'm out. I'm leaving. I'm done.
Leave. Go.
Leave, bitch. Get out the way. Amityville House ain't gonna play. I don't know if that's the lyrics of the song or not, but it worked in my head.
They will be.
Oh
boy, why did I pick this movie, Charlie?
I was asking that question all night last night.
Oh man, I think this is the perfect example of a movie where you go, oh yeah, that's a really good scary movie. Yeah, I remember that one like really messed me up as a kid, but you haven't seen it in so long, but you're holding on to those memories, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then you sit down to watch it, and it takes you 2 nights to finish it.
If I hadn't watched it the night before we needed to record, it would have took me 3.
Yeah, it could have.
I started it at 10 and regretted my decision the entire
I started
time.
it real late because I wanted it to be dark. I wanted it to be spooky, you know? I was all excited. I've been wanting to do a ghost movie, and
You've been
what better
for that
pick
lately.
than Amityville Horror?
Yeah, and I was for it, although my very first question, and I guess technically still is my question, the original or the Ryan Reynolds version, because I'm still going to stand behind watching the Ryan Reynolds version.
So, in terms of some atmosphere, I think the original. In terms of being stylish and not boring you to death, the Ryan Reynolds one.
100%.
Like when he is yelling at the kids and that, it's like, oh, like who pissed off Daddy Reynolds?
Yeah.
You know?
I'm not. I know Nate and I have not talked at all since we've watched this movie.
No, we have purposely not talked to one another, waiting to hold it all in. I did the same thing for Prey, though.
Yeah, that one we recorded at 10 a.m. the next morning. Not a lot of talk.
Thank you for tuning in to our very first live stream ever of Prey.
That was a great little segue to a promo there, Nate.
Yes, it was. Thank you so much, guys. It was a lot of fun. It went well, I think. We got some good feedback. The chat was fun.
I need to clarify something. For those of you that are new to YouTube streaming and live chats, when your comment pops up on the screen, that's not when you immediately type it. That's when I click on the damn thing and it pops up on screen. So if I'm not paying attention to the chat, I'm 30 seconds behind. So I did get a few comments where they're like, man, that chat's really laggy. And I'm like, no, Charlie, really laggy. Charlie trying to keep up with everybody commenting during the conversation. So I'll get better. I promise. Owen usually takes care of that shit on the other live stream. I don't have to touch buttons. I just talk.
Yeah, you usually never have to touch buttons. That's the problem.
Yeah. I had to touch buttons. I did not know what I was doing, making sure it was all right, but I think it went off great. And like Nate said, thank you guys for checking us out.
It's still up, obviously. You can still, because I feel like everyone has now seen Prey. Charlie and I had highly praised it, so
yeah, and
our group chat won't stop talking about it.
no group chat or Facebook group has stopped talking about it yet.
Which is good. This is kind of the same feeling I had after Fury Road or even John Wick 2.
Yeah. So this obviously you're hearing this after our other appearance on the Action Elite live stream that Nate will be on with us.
Oh yeah, that will be coming out. This will be coming out after that.
Yeah, so it'll be after that. So you'll be able to go back and check out that live stream. You'll hear about we're ranking all of the Predator movies, including the Alien versus Predator. So tune in over there to see where everything ranks, even though it seems like that's the new game now on Facebook. Rank the Predator movies. So
Nate locked himself in his house for an entire week and watched every single one.
Which is why I was like, hey, let's just, Nate's already watched them all, put him on the live stream. And Owen's like, no problem. Done. So it's that easy, man. I got you out of Hellboy, which I think has been postponed indefinitely because we've come up with so much cooler ideas.
Yeah,
Nate's like,
I like how I was
yes,
complaining about 3 movies and I end up watching 6 in like
right?
the course of 3 nights.
Yeah. On top of
Well, on
we were
top of
we
Prey,
recorded
and
an
then
episode that week.
as of this recording, I still haven't watched the first AVP, but I'll get to it before the live stream.
Yeah. No, it'll be fun. So, all right. Well, that's our little segue on what's been happening in the world. And again, check out the YouTube channel. It's GMBM AHM. It's the Give Me Back My Action Horror Movies, whatever the first letter of every word on YouTube. Go like it, subscribe, check all that out. We aren't going to live stream like every week. May not be every 2 weeks, but we want to keep them special for now. You know,
Yeah, we are spitballing ideas. I'll
Mhm.
say that.
Gears are always turning. So
Yes.
let's get back to Nate's pick of Amityville Horror. And before we jump too far, I think now's the perfect time to play the trailer real quick. Let's set the mood. And for those Amityville fans that are listening, I am not playing the 2-minute and 30-second trailer that has credits at the end of the trailer.
Maybe
I
that was a
am not
thing back
kidding.
in the day.
They ran credits at the end of the trailer. So you're getting a TV spot. So enjoy.
Soon after they moved in, it began. George and Kathy's bedroom. The eyes at the window. The sewing room. So many flies. Get out. Get out. You will believe the Amityville Horror. Rated R.
There you go. That's it. Nice, short, sweet.
So this movie came out in 1979.
It did.
So I think it was 5 years after the actual haunting happened.
Yeah.
I think it was 75 is when the Lutz family moved into the house.
Mhm.
Let me start out with this because there's not much that we can really talk about the movie because it's essentially a drama. Agreed?
I 100% agree with that.
So let me ask you this. Do you believe that the Amityville house is actually haunted?
No. Because it was all BS.
So I don't believe 80% of the Lutz. I do believe there is something weird with the house. Not necessarily maybe it's haunted. I don't believe in any of the satanic panic crap. I don't believe in any of the Native American burial ground bullshit. Like none of that I believe in.
Right.
The Defoe case that this movie and the remake open up with, where he opens up with a lever action rifle and guns down his entire family. That's very real. Ronnie Defoe just passed away last year. I think it's super bizarre to have that loud of a rifle and to be able to kill all 6 family members with no drugs in their system, no bodies being moved. That's too weird to me.
Yeah, that was a thought I was having watching the movie again, was that doesn't seem probable because he kills the parents essentially last.
Yeah.
And
I feel like even you as a dad, your fatherly instinct would kick in. Like there's something wrong.
Yeah. There is a dad sense. There is a sixth sense that pops up. And, I'm not deaf. I can hear a gun going off,
Especially a 30-30. Well, the equivalent of what is a 30-30.
Yeah.
It's a loud ass rifle.
Yeah, it's
bizarre.
And I think by talking about that right now, this is going to be an odd show, everybody.
It's going to be real odd, but don't worry. I've got some stuff in store for us.
Oh, we're prepared. But I also, like I said, I haven't talked to Nate about this movie at all. But I told him, I said, I'm going to throw a wrench in the works today. And since he brought that up, I'm throwing the wrench in the works right now.
Wait. Are we doing body count right now?
We doing Rain and Blood, son. I got to get it out of the way.
This is very true.
Yeah. We can't continue till I do this. I've thought about this all day. in true cinematic form, technically there is not one single dead body in this movie. Although we are told about the deaths, and it is, I guess, depicted at the beginning of the movie.
It's depicted, not shown. I mean, you hear the rifle going off with the lightning going off.
And blood spatter as
Yeah.
they pan the camera across, but it's also a flashback.
Yep.
And I know that's usually up in the air, questionable when it comes to true body counts. And this isn't just me. I was thinking about it last night. I looked it up today, and there's a lot of people that are like, yeah, there's some deaths, but it's all off screen or flashback. And there's 2 depicted deaths that are a fever dream.
Yep.
There's no death in this movie.
No.
None.
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 So there will be no kill of the week, because I'm not going to even do a kill of the week based on the real life murders, because that's gross.
No, I do have one if you want to go ahead and knock that out, and I'll just because
go for it, because I've got none.
We're throwing a wrench in everything.
What do you think? Zombie kill of the week?
Our Amityville kill of the week for me, and this has to be the biggest asterisk I've ever put on a movie, is the fever dream depiction of the dad killing the mom with the axe into the top of her head, and a mini blood fountain spurts up out of the top of her head.
Oh, yeah, because he had just killed the daughter.
Yep.
The little daughter.
The
and
little
then
girl.
The mom walks in, realizes what he's done. It's like, George, what have you done? And then gets hit with the axe.
Just
Camera then cuts away.
Full swing into the top of her head. If we were going to continue, if you had one, I was going to do that. But since we're screwing everything up now, as soon as the show starts,
Well,
that's all I'm going to say is my kill of the week in this.
I love atmospheric horror movies. I do. I'm not one of those people that gets bored by them. There's a couple things here, though, with this movie. As I'm watching it, it's 1979. We're talking a post The Exorcist, because that came out in 73.
Yes.
We're talking, I think The Omen was like 78 or something like that.
Around that time.
2 fantastic movies kind of based around the same, like just supernatural, Satan, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then you got this movie, which I remember seeing as a kid, and I remember it terrifying me. The problem is, a lot of movies have done what this movie did back in the day and have done it better.
1,000% yes.
And don't do it at such a snail pace crawl.
Oh God, man.
Maybe even a turtle who just decides to hide in his shell crawl and doesn't actively go anywhere. So that's why I picked the movie, is because I remember being scared of it as a kid. The Red Room reveal, I remember terrifying me. That was like the one thing I vividly remember of this movie as a kid. The Red Room.
Yeah, I know.
And then when it happened, I literally started to laugh, because you get Anton LaVey basically superimposed, and I was dying like, oh no. No.
Yeah. And it's literally, they painted under the steps red.
Yeah, I wish I knew why that was so terrifying as a kid. But this is one of those movies, like all great dads have to do, of introducing you into the stuff that scared the ever-living shit out of them. Whether it be this, Jaws, Alien. This is one of those parent movies.
It is.
I have a theory as well, because of this being the 70s. The movie-going experience in the 70s was definitely what? Drive-in, right?
Oh, yeah.
This movie is a total drive-in picture meant for the 70s. Not meant for the modern day being by yourself and alone, just throwing on a movie about a haunted house.
No, this is, God, man. I've been struggling today because this movie deserves to be talked about. This movie deserves to exist, and I'm not going to say it should have never been made. I'm not going to say anything bad about
it. Just has not aged like The Exorcist or The Omen. That, like, the whole time I was watching it, I was like, why didn't we pick Poltergeist?
Why
didn't we just pick The Omen? Even though Spoilers of Horror just did a 2-part episode on it that is fantastic, and I didn't want to tread on them at all.
No, we try not to step on other shows if we know that they're going to be doing it. I know we took one of his favorites not long ago.
Yeah.
So it's like, we try to be fair. But yeah, but again, I was looking forward to watching this. Jackie was excited. We were all like, yes, a haunted house, a descent into madness
Iconic
movie.
haunted house.
Y-
Those
s-
eyes had to be
show-
changed in real life on the
Yeah.
house, the windows.
Which is stupid. I don't know what.
If
You know what?
bought that house, you knew what you were getting yourself into,
Yeah.
you dumbass. Why would you change it?
That would have been a
That
museum.
pisses me off so much.
I would have turned it into a museum. I would have made
Yeah.
money on it, just like they do the Christmas Story house.
Yeah,
For-
up
you
in
know,
Cleveland.
Yep. I would have 100% done that and bought another house with the money I'm making off the Amityville house. I would let them film every new Amity movie, which we're going to get to later. We're not we're not
And
diving
then
into
some.
that just yet. Yeah, we do have an idea for what we're going to do today. We were forgetting one thing because I've jumped the gun. Let's get our back of the old DVD Nate has. We didn't pull the VHS. But let's do our back of the DVD. You ready, Nate?
I'm ready. If these walls could talk, the screams would wake the dead. Based on the chilling bestseller, this spooky study into psychological terror throws open doors to your deepest, darkest fears. The Long Island colonial house on the river's edge seemed perfect, quaint, spacious, and affordable. It was just what George and Kathy Lutz had been looking for. But looks can be deceiving, and their new dream home soon becomes a hellish nightmare as the walls begin to drip blood and satanic forces haunt them with sheer, unbridled evil. Now with their lives and their souls in danger, the Lutz must run as fast as they can from the home they once loved, or fall prey to its terrifying power. So yeah, really great selling point.
If
movie.
if these walls could talk, I have problem with, because technically the house does talk.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, so
It only knows a couple words.
get out. That's fine. That's enough for me. The freaking house says get out. Guess what Charlie's doing? I'm getting
Leaving.
out. Yeah, I'm out. I'm done.
It also cracks me up that it mentions the walls dripping blood, and that only happens at the very end of the movie, which is a cool effect.
Yeah, if they'd have done it a little bit better, then you could literally tell they just poked tiny holes in wallpaper
And then just added blood.
syringed blood through it in one little spot, too. It was like, let's get a close-up of this, and it's one little spot of the wall. It's just...
It cracks me up because I'm like, man, 1979 probably would have been terrifying. The walls are literally dripping blood. In 1979, it's super taboo to have the cross be turned upside down and it's all blackened, you know, but it's just one. And I want to say, like, in the remake, it was like, let's make 97 of them go upside down kind of thing. Like, it's just silly. I just wanted more from this movie. I hate ragging on it. I do.
This actually... So anyone that's a fan of this, you have every right to be a fan of it. It is an iconic movie just because of what it did start. I mean, this is one of the guys, even at the almost at the end, when he's chopping in through the bathroom, Jackie immediately goes, "Here's Johnny." And I stopped for a second. I went, wait, this came out before that. Like,
did it?
Yeah. The Shining didn't come out till 1980.
Oh shit.
This came out in 1979.
Yeah.
So this should have been the one that is most remembered, but you don't have Jack Nicholson, Nicholson pokes in his head.
Yeah.
Here's
Deranged
Johnny.
eyes.
But the entire family has barricaded themselves in the bathroom, and he chops at the door with an axe. I'm like, there's so much here that should have been terrifying. That should have been... I love James Brolin in this movie. I'm going to say that right now.
Daddy Thanos.
Josh Brolin's dad.
He looks... Josh Brolin looks so much like his dad. blown away the whole time. I was like, that's Josh Brolin.
Dude, there's a point in this movie that I looked at Jackie and went, is that Christian Bale? And we're
Oh,
both
yeah, that
watching it
too.
going, it's like
The
deep
sunken
fa-
eyes.
it's deep fake without deep fake. Like you could superimpose Christian Bale's face in this movie. You would fool 90% of people that they would still think it's James Brolin. It was blowing that's what I focused on for most of the movie was every scene. Like, does he look more like Christian Bale now? Yes, he does.
See, I didn't
Yes,
do
he
the Christian Bale,
does.
but every time I was watching, I was like, that's just Josh Brolin. He found a time machine and went back to be 1979 to be his dad.
Yeah. I mean, it's, I love how, and this guy, he made probably the smartest move of anyone in this movie. He took little pay at the beginning and optioned for a higher percentage of the box office if it did well. This dude walked away with, I think it was the equivalent of getting like he made 17 million then, and it's like the equivalent of like 80 or 90 million now. I forget what the actual,
It's insane.
yeah.
That's one of the things. The book was a runaway hit, so obviously it got fast tracked to be turned into a movie.
This movie was going to succeed because of that book. Period.
And this was made for $4.7 million.
Mm-hmm.
Worldwide, it grossed $86 million.
Yeah.
I mean, these type of movies were in. That's just the way it was.
And this was an independent film. This wasn't a major studio behind this. This was an independent movie made, which is why it's a lower budget, which is why normally your actors get paid a little bit less on scale. And, those type of deals that you make at the, the back door of it going, I'll take a little less now, but give me a little more.
The late 70s, we're talking, well, I'd say mid 70s to late, we're talking nothing but game changers in the genre because of Jaws, because of Dawn of the Dead, Alien, Phantasm, Halloween, this is prime horror real estate.
There's ties to Jaws in this movie. You've got the mayor in this movie as one of the priests. They're in Amityville. Jaws was in Amity. There's all kinds of these little ties to what the horror genre was doing in the 70s. And while I loved James Brolin in this, I have issue with Margot Kidder sometimes. She's very odd, and she's hard to take as an actress sometimes, but I did like her in this though. She felt like okay, I'll go ahead and say something because I want to say something right after what I just said. So,
all right, so she's Lois Lane. That's what we all know her as.
That's how she got the role, was because she's Lois.
I if it wasn't for the casting of those two, I feel like this movie would be even more sluggish.
100%.
These two were the reason why I powered through it, even though I did have to turn off after an hour, and I was like, I'll finish the next hour the next day because I was bored, but I wasn't on my phone. I threw it in the other room. I really was in the mindset to have a scary movie, something to get, into my head and oh, what was that sound? What was that creak in the corner of the house of my own, and when that didn't happen, when I just see a bunch of flies buzzing around a priest and him going, ooh, and then I do have a new really good band name though.
Oh yeah? You got a new
Nun
band name?
Vomit.
Nun Vomit.
Because I laughed so hard when that nun, I'm not even going to do the noise because it made me want to barf.
Jackie hates puking in movies. She can't watch it, and she was already ready to hide her eyes. And I'm sitting there going, "We're not going to see anything."
No, because she vomits.
Yeah, it's the
behind a door.
Vomit behind a car door.
It's just the sound she makes. And then we also get another nun that plays b-ball.
B-ball.
I was really shocked to see a nun, dribbling a basketball and throwing some hoops.
She had moves. She hits the last shot, I think. Yeah, I was pretty
and
impressed.
A backward jump too. It was impressive.
Yeah. She had a little fadeaway going on there. Nate took a drink right when I said that. He about died.
Nun fadeaway. I was.
It's a nun fadeaway. I was just waiting for the nun sky
That's
hook.
the downtown nun fadeaway.
That's right, man.
Now, I remember that in NBA Jam now, actually.
Yeah. I want nun big head
He's
mode.
nunning up.
Get the big head mode with the big nun face running across the screen. balls on fire, smoking as she
We're gonna get
slams it
hit by
down.
so many nuns with rulers after this episode airs.
That's fine. I didn't go to a Catholic church at
Same.
school. It didn't matter. I want to go back to the Margot Kidder thing though.
Okay.
I did. So I watched this movie. I really tried to take it all in. I knew it was atmospheric.
I like that we both went in with the same mindset.
We had
Just do this at night, do it at dark.
because the movie does technically start pretty well with seeing the aftermath of the killings. And I'm like, I kind of did forget about that. I'm like, I'm in. It's been a long time since I watched this movie, probably 25 years or more since I've seen this Amityville. I've seen others since then, but so I'm watching Margot Kidder. Like I said, I have issue with her sometimes. To me, she's always going to be Lois Lane, but she's also batshit insane, and I can't ever forget that. So I'm watching this, and I know they're basing it off of the Lutz, and the Lutz have a story, and they have a family. But Margot Kidder played this as if she never should have had children in this movie. She looks like a brand new newlywed bride. She acts like a brand new newlywed bride. Just always like, I'm so concerned for how my husband feels or what he's thinking. She almost doesn't even have any motherly instincts in this movie half the time either.
Honestly do not know how long they had been married in real life when they bought
They
the
were
house.
newlyweds, from what I understood. They had only
And
been
like I
married
know
a few months.
those 3 kids were from a previous marriage of hers.
Right. So she should have, she's already been married once. But in this one, it's like what I imagine a divorcee mom should be with 3 children was not this wide-eyed, so like worried about her husband and, his emotion. Like you don't even see the kids half the time in this movie. It's like all of a sudden the
You
little
kinda
girl
forget they have 2 older boys.
the 2 boys, I keep going, crap, that's right, they have 2 boys. And the little girl keeps scaring the shit out of Margot Kidder every time she turns around. I swear it's like she kept forgetting, oh yeah, I'm a mom in this movie. But I don't know, even the aesthetic they gave her, she was wearing pigtails at a point. She was doing all this other stuff. Was obviously a dancer in another life and all this. And I'm like, her playing it that way kind of ruins what it should have been. It should have been a mom like stressed. It should have been a mom that feels like the weight of the world is on her shoulders. I got 3 kids. I'm newly married. My husband's losing his mind. I'm trying to upkeep a brand new house. Margot Kidder didn't really portray that to me in this. I liked her in this, but I think it would have helped the movie a little bit more had she been a bit more frazzled, I guess would be the right way to say it. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah, and I know the alleged story is that Kathy would age super fast in the, 18, 28 days that they stayed in the house, and the movie only touches on this in a very brief scene where she falls down, and when she does, the camera pans to her, and she has a super wrinkly face,
Yeah.
and then it's gone.
That's
And
probably one of the most shocking scenes in the movie.
And
honestly,
it was one of those things like, wait, what just happened? And it took
Yep.
me doing some research. I was like, oh, okay, that would happen to Kathy's skin sometimes, during their short visit.
Now they did the blister thing on her face, which I was like, that was a horrible apply.
Yeah, that was just really weird.
I hated that they even did that. I mean, they did the priest right when he had like the blisters on his hands. I was like, that looked good. And then it was just like this off-white patches on her face that just looked like they took a glue stick and just went across her face. And I'm like, that looks like garbage, man. It looks like clay. And I hated it on that. And they kind of do it to James from time to time when they're trying to make him more and more, towards the end, more stressed. I don't know, what would you call it? His descent into madness as far as how they make his face look, I bought it.
Well, they
I
make him
believed
look
all
more
that.
and more pale, more and more sunken eyes.
Yeah.
He's
You feel-
constantly cold in the house, which is what they said George was experiencing.
Yeah.
The entire stay was just constantly cutting wood and trying to make fire stay. That way he could be warm because he was just never cold. Stuff
Yeah.
like that, I honestly do believe. I do believe that there could be something
I'm
messing
not.
with me.
Yeah, I don't know enough of the lore or what
And
really,
that's the other thing.
or
I don't know
anything like that.
enough. I think one of the sons recently had a documentary within the past 10 years,
Yeah.
kind of describing it. Um, but I do personally feel, and it's not attack on the Lutz family, I feel like they bought this home for $80,000. It came with all the Defoe furniture. That's one
Yeah.
of the things the movie doesn't really touch on. Is like, this is a fully furnished house. Basically, the only thing that was removed was the bloody mattresses.
They kind of touch on it. As the realtor takes them upstairs, she goes, "If there's anything in the house you would like to stay, we can work it into the price." And they get like excited about that. They're like, "Oh, really? Are you serious?" So that's kind of the end to why it still looks like it does when they move in, is all this old furniture and
Yeah,
stuff
like
like that.
they never cleared it
Yeah.
out after the
No.
Defoe murders.
Mm-mm.
So you have this newlywed house or newlyweds that bought this house, $80,000 in 1979. They leave within under a month. They sell their story to the book. The book makes a ton of money. The movie makes a ton of money. I'm not shocked if they just found an opportunity to capitalize on getting themselves out of a financial hole they put themselves in with this house. Because Amityville is a harbor house. This is a house that is built around money. This
Yeah.
house was just on the market in 2016 for $1 million. I
Yeah.
think it sold for 725 or something like that. But
And what a lot of people don't know is it wasn't filmed at that house. This is
no,
just the actual Lutz house. The movie, they tried, but it's kind of like a homeowners association there, the community, and they refuse to allow them to
yeah,
come in
we're
and
talking
film.
about extremely wealthy people that live
Yeah.
in this harbor.
Yeah.
Um,
So yeah,
so I don't
they put
know.
the
Like that's
kibosh on
just
that.
a theory. I hate to be like that, but
Look, you made your money, you made a good
yeah, you
story.
made your money.
How many
Um,
other movies have done that based on a true story, based on this? I mean, and there's
yeah, that's
still
a selling point for
yeah,
movies. I mean,
there's
we
still
all
people out
know.
there that think this is real too. There's some people that don't know this was all bullshit.
And I think that's the other thing when watching this compared to as a kid. As a kid, I thought it was real. I thought this was some of the most terrifying things you could have happen
Yeah.
to a home you live in. And then revisiting it as an adult and knowing the full story, it's like, well, the haunted house isn't the scary part. It's the murder that happened in the house. That's the terrifying part. It's like, that still gives me chills. How did it happen? That's the part I'm focused on. And the movie doesn't gloss over, like, doesn't touch on it enough.
To me, to watch this movie and actually get any kind of fear out of it, I think you have to look at it as, instead of watching the dad, what's the Lutz name? Was it George?
George.
George Lutz. So to think of George, and when you watch this movie, picture it being a dad that's like drinking. Picture it with some type of substance abuse,
Yeah. I mean,
and
that's
the
definitely the best way to
slow,
put it.
the descent into whatever that
A
is
father
that
just
they
becoming more and more
experience.
grappled with his alcoholism.
Yes.
Yeah.
A failing business, which that's all in the movie too. There's a business that's failing. They don't have a lot of money. They have a boat and they don't have a lot of money. I call bullshit. But there's so many things, a brand new house, all the weights on your shoulder. You've got 3 new kids in a house, a brand new wife. You got a demanding life outside of it. Yeah, it's going to drive a dude nuts. But if you watch the movie in that mindset instead of a haunted house, I actually think the movie's right on point, but that's not going to sell tickets. That's not going to that's not going to make the house this evil being in the movie, and that's another thing. They try to play it up like the house is the evil entity, but yet then in the movie they say, no, it's just a portal. No, it's Satan. The family runs away from the house, but yet the house it has powers that far exceed the property of the house.
And that's one of the things that I remember the remake handling kind of better was there's a dinner scene where they go on a date in this one
Mm-hmm.
and he's feeling a little bit better. But then in the Ryan Reynolds one, when they do the same dinner, it's very obvious that he's like, oh, as soon as he gets away from the house, he's much more
Yeah,
cheerful and happy again.
right.
And then, it's the house itself is, terrorizing him.
But like in this one in 1979, it's actually terrorizing the priest more than the family at
Which
times.
to me, that's where it's just like, well, this worked for The Omen. Let's do it in our movie.
That's it. I mean,
And it was so cheesy as it was happening, like with this priest and like him going blind, and then like it was like, what purpose do you serve here? And the angel statue above him crackling and falling apart, but it's not falling apart. I was like,
yeah, because the other priest that was like the other priest experienced the car preventing them from going back to the house. The hood flipped up, which I was like, that was a waste of a perfectly good hood. You know, there was a lot of cool classic cars in this, some 70s Novas and stuff like that. I was digging on that. But I'm watching it going, okay, so the house can reach further to prevent help. But yet the family ran away. So it was never about the family or any kind of connection to, okay, God, okay. Let's take a quick commercial break because I'm about to dig into what I'm just now talking about even deeper. So I think if I don't, it's going to be another 15 minutes before we get a commercial. So let me hit a commercial break real quick, guys, and we'll get back into how much we love the Amityville horror.
We'll be back following these messages.
Just how drunk are we gonna get?
Welcome to Good Beer, Bad Movie Night, where each month we drink finely crafted brews while watching terrible films in order to see just how drunk you have to get to enjoy them. So tune in and join Troy.
Kill more Kreitz.
Oh, that was pretty good.
Thank you.
Dave.
I have the weirdest boner.
And Pete.
IPAs are ales, meaning they are bottom fermented. Excuse me, they are top fermented. I that up. Try that again.
As we drag Kathleen,
Hear me.
kicking and screaming through an alcohol-fueled podcast dedicated to movies of questionable quality and the frosty adult beverages that help make them tolerable. Good Beer, Bad Movie Night. Clearly, it's the beer's fault.
Read 'em and weep, boys. Talk about a winning hand. All of my disturbing, revolting brilliance is now available on my Tales from the Crypt trading cards. Scandalous scenes, gory details, they're all here in deadly color. Collect the complete set. Your friends will just die of envy.
Do you like horror movies?
Do you like hanging out with your buddy?
Do you like cracking jokes and having a good time?
Do you just like fun?
Well, consider checking out Spoils of Horror. We are an hour-long podcast that comes out every single week.
We're not doing reviews. We're just going to hang out, talk about the movies we love with each other, and hopefully the ones you love too.
Covering everything from the popular, the lost, the forgotten, and the bizarre.
If you're looking for a good podcast and a good time, you're going to want to check us out.
We're on all major podcasting platforms, and you can find us on Instagram and Twitter.
Check it out. We'll see you there.
Welcome back.
All right, everybody. I had to stop mid-thought because there was something else in what I was discussing before we took a commercial that was going to take a few minutes. So we're talking about how the house apparently just can have these powers outside of its realm, the property, the building, whatever it is that gives it its power. It is reaching out to the priest. It's actually disturbing the priest more. And because the Lutz get away, at the end, they're just gone. And the house never interferes with their lives again. My issue with all of that, and like Nate was saying, like in the other movie, the Ryan Reynolds character starts feeling better the further away from the house. That doesn't explain why they made such a big deal of how he looks like the guy that killed his family, the Defoe family in this.
I just fear because in the 70s, everyone just looks alike.
Right, but I mean, they like the
like,
one,
just not.
the
but they
bartender,
made it such a big like, you look like that guy, the guy that was in here right after he killed his family.
Like,
you look like the guy in the paper.
The police, when they come, when the door gets blown out, again, it's so freaking stupid. At the bar, when the bartender literally stops what he's doing, drops the beers, and spends a few good 30 seconds talking about how much the guy looks like George, but not only looks like George, sat in that exact seat drinking a beer the night before he goes and kills his family. All for nothing. Then it's literally nothing. It's done.
That's
It's
it.
finished after that. I'm like, what? Why did it have all this power to stop the priests from interfering, making I get they're making the Christian Catholic people sick. That's the whole devil end of this.
Oh, yeah, because we got to make sure they're the superhero in this movie.
Yeah, satanic panic, man. Even though
exactly.
the other, I don't know if this is going to get us in trouble, but I'm going to talk about it, and forgive me if anyone gets offended. I couldn't help but chuckle when they're having their little powwow with all of the priests in the office, and they're like, no, we're not going to do this. It's not Satan. We're not going to get involved. And the priest that's being affected goes, don't you think the church has had enough cover-ups in its time? And I'm like, oh shit, this is 1979.
That whole exchange, I'm like, wow, how time just never really changes anything.
That was probably the most uncomfortable scene in the movie. Was watching that whole
probably
interaction.
The second most, yeah.
Yeah, maybe the second, but yeah, I was watching that going, holy shit, someone doesn't like Catholics. I don't know who was writing this. And there again, that they just these main priests just wash their hands of it. Not even an investigation.
The whole movie is setting it up where you really do believe a full on exorcist of the house is going to happen, a big final showdown, and
I feel like it would have if The Exorcist hasn't been out, or like you're saying, hey, The Exorcist was a really good movie, maybe we should throw that in there, and
I was expecting.
I know that The Shining, because we talked about it, was written before the movie came out, obviously. So I'm not saying that there's not stuff that they probably, that worked in The Shining book. I don't know if him chopping down the door is in the book. I don't think Here's Johnny.
I know
is in
that
the book.
because Stephen King absolutely hates the movie.
he hates the movie is nothing like the book. So my guess is
it's the complete opposite.
All that was coincidental, but the dad losing his mind is in the book.
Well, no, because the whole Wendy in The Shining is supposed to be in the book a cheerleader archetype, and Jack Nicholson's character is supposed to be a real handsome person who's not mean out the gate.
Jack Nicholson's not handsome?
I mean,
that's kind of
I
weird.
find him pretty attractive, but he's not supposed to be. He's supposed to turn into deranged, while the Jack Nicholson we get in the Shining movie basically already looks deranged.
That's because we watched it after we watched Batman, so he was already. It's the Joker. That's just a product of our time. We already knew he was batshit insane. But no, I can see where they just kind of cherry pick these little gems and
I can't say I've never
story.
read this book. I don't remember ever renting it from the library.
All I know about the book is what I read last night was when they pitched the idea to James Brolin, there was no script. They literally said, go to the store, buy this book, call us when you're done. And his account of what happened was he bought the book, started reading it at 10 o'clock at night. He hung a pair of pants he had been wearing that day up on, I'm guessing the back of a chair or something. At about 3 a.m. in the morning, he's still reading the book. The pants fall and he literally jumps and screams. And it was from that moment, he was so into the book, how it was written, that he was like, I'm in this movie. This is fantastic. I love the atmosphere. And I'm sitting here going, I think I need to read the book. maybe I'll experience something I missed in the movie.
That's one of the other things too that this movie doesn't touch on, but in real life does, and it's very famous. Ed and Lorraine Warren are known
Yes.
for investigating this house. Once, like the Lutzes, I don't fully believe everything of Ed and Lorraine Warren.
No, but I ain't opening that door with Annabelle in it.
Oh no, like I would love to visit the museum. I think it's still technically closed. Like when
It's
Lorraine
COVID.
died, I think they were trying to figure out what to do with the estate. Essentially,
They had that, and then when the vid hit,
yeah,
that caused issues too. Fun fact though, what doll is the little girl carrying around in this movie?
it's a Raggedy Ann doll, which is
It's
the exact Annabelle doll, the real one.
Yeah, the old Raggedy Ann, not
which-
the Raggedy Ann we grew up with.
I do suspect at some point those Conjuring movies will probably remake this.
Why not? Everyone
The
else
only
has.
reason I don't think they would is because those Conjuring movies try to play it really hard that Ed and Lorraine are legit, and it's pretty
If you
much well
associate them
known
with the
that
Lutz, yeah.
with the Lutz, then it's just like, oh, like everyone was in on it. It was well known, like The Conjuring 2, the infield haunting is amazing haunted house story. It is incredible. The Warrens were there for like 2 days, and that was it.
Yeah.
They kind of showed up and then left, basically, if I remember right. So
Just trying to get on the hype train, basically. Yeah.
basically, but they were writing books back in this time period,
Yeah, oh yeah, they've been around forever, dude. It feels
Yeah.
like. I mean, they're the top names when it comes to paranormal investigations.
But
But
it's shocking that they weren't involved with this movie. But I bet at the time, and they're being still young in their career, it's just
they
like
had no idea.
Hollywood was nothing for them. I bet.
and it was probably, we don't know, but it's very possible that they weren't even involved till maybe after the movie, because it wasn't this movie. What we didn't find out it was bullshit for a while.
No,
after this
I mean
movie
it
came
took
out.
years.
Yeah,
and-
so it's very possible that they even went after the fact of, oh wow, all this happened, and they went to the actual house and checked it out there, which is probably when the people were like, screw this, we're not doing this anymore, we're tired of being a famous house.
Now-
Guys, and that's the kicker, man. I got to give props to this. There's very few images in movies that are as iconic as the Amityville house.
Oh,
Show a picture
it
to
is
someone
gorgeous. It is
our
haunting.
age. A second you see those windows, if it's like I've seen it like pop up in other movies where it's not even part of the movie. You'll just see a house that has that facade, and you're like, oh, it's Amityville house. Instantaneous every time. And bravo for being able to, this is, we're talking going up against like Freddy, Jason, Halloween, Amityville house. We all know what the Amityville house looks like.
The house sends chills down everyone's spine.
Right. Yeah.
And every time there's an outdoor shot with the way the lighting is, whether it be with the moon, the sun, just the angle, all of it still looks cool.
Yeah. That's why I would have never changed those windows, and it'd be a
I would have
museum.
never.
I'd have lit them some bitches at different ways depending on anything.
I mean, the same woman that owns the Walter White house out in, was it Arizona or New Mexico, wherever
It's one of
Breaking Bad
those.
was filmed.
Yeah.
She yells at literally everyone that drives by the house. Like, there are so many TikTok videos that are hysterical of her screaming at anyone that drives by and takes a picture of her house. It's like, you knew what you're getting yourself
Yeah.
into. Maybe instead of being a jerk, you embrace this and just make bank.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I
Are
don't
you
know.
ready for this, Charlie?
I'm ready for anything in this episode, buddy.
I got ideas on how to make bank.
Oh,
on Amityville.
we making bank? I'm in.
We're gonna be making bank.
I wish I'd known that. I'll get some dollar cha-ching sound effects to play.
Exactly. So I figured,
I'll do
why
that.
stop at a book?
Whoever does, man. I
Whoever
don't.
does. What if I told you you could build your own Amityville house with a Lego set?
I'm a contractor. Oh,
You are-
Lego set.
Yeah,
okay,
I was thinking Lego.
I was going to say I can build the house.
They're
It's
easier
right outside.
to make and send out to the people,
I can
to the
put I can put it
masses.
marketing.
marketing.
On a shelf. I like
And
it. Okay.
this would be made from 666 pieces.
Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh, satanic panic.
But why stop there, Charlie?
I'm not gonna.
Why not have Amityville sheds? You
I'm
can now
in.
store your lawnmower in a shed that looks like the Amityville house, and it even has the iconic windows on the side.
I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Patent pending, everyone. Everyone
That's
listening.
our idea. Yeah, this is
Everything
ours.
coming out of Nate's mouth, patent pending.
Now, this next idea is still in the beta phases because it keeps killing the ideal market.
Oh, I mean,
Birdhouses. We get Amityville birdhouses. The moment that we can keep birds alive from eating out of it, we're set, baby. But right now, there seems to be a technical problem where every bird that eats from the Amityville birdhouse seems to sadly pass away. I don't know why. It's a very weird thing.
The walls are literally covered with blood. Bird blood.
Bird blood. And last but not least,
I hate to see it end.
I know, but I was on a time, constraint.
Oh, it's okay.
I have Amityville, the VR game.
Oh.
Virtual reality is all the new hotness right now. Now you get to actually see the walls bleed.
I'm in. I'd try it. I'm like, so
you get to explore the red room, and you get to touch little ghost Anton LaVey.
Is that Anton LaVey? I thought it was like his own face he was looking at. I couldn't.
I thought it was Anton.
Satanic. I think it was his own face looking back at it. Although I kept picturing like Star Trek V with the fake god out in the nebula, and it's just this giant floating head of a normal dude. He had a beard too, so it works. Look at Grizzly Adams floating around in this. I don't know if I'm going to release this episode now. Those are all great ideas, and I think we
cannot have anyone steal.
If I see any of this on Instagram, I'm taking
if I
names.
see any of this on Etsy, I'm coming after you bastards with ceased and desist.
He got those words right.
I really tried hard.
You can tell he sounded that out. That was great.
But that's basically the movie.
Yeah.
But wait. There's more.
Is there more? Because I was going to bring up something, but you keep going, bub. This is all you, man.
Take a guess how many movies there are in the Amityville franchise.
So this is curious. I think we should tell people a little bit of a backstory leading up to this. Before I watched the movie, and I'm pretty sure before Nate watched it, I sent Nate a picture on Messenger going, "We messed up bad." And I sent him a picture of Amityville in space. And it's a house with a face floating in space. It's like the ground has lifted, and it's this awesome looking cover. And the movie's got like a 3.3 rating. So I was like, we should have done this one. It was all in space. We messed up. I edited
we
that.
Did.
You didn't hear any of that.
Now here's the thing.
Go ahead.
The Amityville story is technically in public domain because it's haunted houses. You're talking about a property, and weirdly enough, the Defoe murders I think you can use as well because it's all public stuff that happened.
Yeah.
The Lutz name you cannot use though.
No.
So this has allowed a lot of filmmakers to kind of get loosey goosey with it.
And I had no idea it went this far.
It goes deep. How many Amityville movies have you seen? Because I think I've only seen the first one in the remake, truthfully.
I have seen, and this was something I was going to talk about before we got into this, but it's fine. I've seen Amityville. I've seen Amityville 2, 3D, and the remake. I've seen 4 Amityville movies.
I think the first 3 are the canon.
I think those are the
as
legit...
loosely as we can say that, even though the prequel Amityville 2 is loosely based around the real murders, and then 3D is 3D. And I do want to see 3D real badly, though.
I want it. All right, we're back on 3D, so I want to bring up my point because you mentioned Amityville virtual, like that you can go through the VR. We had a discussion not long ago about why has VR not taken up going and getting all the old school 3D movies and allow us to watch them through VR headsets. Jaws 3D, Friday the 13th 3D, Amityville 3D. And I'm not talking the new Avatar. No, I want old school 70s and 80s 3D movies on the VR head. I'll buy one today if they would do that. I want to experience those movies with the cheesy, like, the spear's coming right for me. Oh, was that a fish? I don't know what's going on.
I would be so happy if those were to happen.
Yes. And there's a reason we were talking about this later, and that is a future episode that's coming up that Charlie is super excited to do.
Yes, we
and
are.
I'm
very
not
first.
spoiling it yet. And it was Pete's idea. Again, everyone, this is on record. It was Pete's idea to do this movie that we're gonna do in the future. And yeah, it might have something to do with what I'm talking about right now. But no, the 3D thing, I wanted to just mention that VR needs to get their ass on that. I
They
want
need
to
to.
experience those movies. But continue with how many Amityville movies.
Just take a shot in the dark. How many?
I'm going to take a shot in the dark. I know when I didn't look it up, but I should have, because I was like, Amityville in Space came out this year. So I'm like, I don't know. How many Friday the 13th movies are there? 12? Something like
I think
that?
so. 11
I'm
or
going to
12?
say 9 Amityville movies.
37.
I quit. What? 37?
Yeah, dude. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 coming out this year alone.
So it's more than 37 when these come out?
No, like this is
37
including the
includes us. Okay.
Now, the best part was when you sent that Amityville in Space, I was like, well, today alone, right before recording, a new one was announced. Amityville Thanksgiving. I hope it comes out in November. I don't have release dates for this, but
if that does, we're live streaming it.
Now, are you ready for some of these ridiculous titles that have nothing to do with the original?
After Amityville in Space, I am all ears, bub.
Well, we got some that are pretty basic. The Amityville Murders, the Amityville Terror. But then we get into Amityville Cop.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
know nothing about that one, but I'm very excited for Amityville
I want to see
Cop.
it now. Yeah.
Oh, you're excited for that? What until I tell you about Amityville Vampire? Oh, you think that's exciting? Wait till I tell you about Amityville Vibrator.
What? Shut up.
Oh, don't worry. Don't worry, Charlie. There's Amityville Bigfoot. That's coming this year at some point.
Of course it is. We'll have to get the monster movie Stomp Down on that one.
There's also
Just go with it, man. We're already in too deep.
The Amityville Moon, which predates Amityville in Space. So it turns out we already had one, I think.
I wonder if Amityville in Space is the one from Moon. Maybe it's a sequel.
Oh, what if it's a sequel? Maybe our live stream is we pick 3 of these and just talk about them in 30 minutes.
I say we just have a new live stream segment. We work our way through the Amityville movies. We just start at one. We've already got one done.
Yeah,
Let's
36 more to go.
Just 36. Maybe by the end of the year, 42. No guarantees.
But don't worry, Charlie. Are you ready for this?
Of course I am.
Because I've got more Amityville horror movie ideas.
Oh, we're doing the next 5. I'm in.
We are.
We know
I have got, in order, Amityville and the Furious. Dom and his family move into the infamous house. He's about to find out that living life a quarter mile at a time isn't fast enough to get you away from this furious ghost.
I love
They've retired. They're now gone. They're gonna live on the harbor out in New York. Him and the family.
I love how you can take something, because the second you said that and before you did your synopsis, my brain immediately went, it's Amityville the Furious, but the car inside the garage is what's possessed.
It's Christine.
Yeah, but it's like a muscle
way
car.
to make Fast and the Furious and Christine combine.
And it's Amityville and the Furious. I'm in. I'm
Yeah.
totally in on that one. Okay, I'm sold. Call Derek.
Call Derek.
I'm bringing it back.
Next, we've got Amityville Cats. This is where we remake the entire movie scene for scene, but with cats. The dog still gets to play the dog.
Of course. You got to have at least one live
I think
action.
it would be very entertaining.
Yeah.
That's
Can
all
we
I
do-
got with that one.
Can we do Amityville Muppets?
Oh, I'm glad you said that because that's going to play into our trash opinion segment later.
Oh, really? That was totally
yes.
unplanned. I like this. We're shooting from the hip, everyone. None of this was discussed ahead of time. We both just went, I'm going to screw stuff up. Nate goes, don't worry, I got you, fam.
Don't worry, I'm
We
already ready.
We hit the record button tonight. Hey, I'm drinking.
Now, we had already mentioned Jaws.
Yes, we did.
Earlier. And
Yeah,
this
the
movie
mayor's in
takes
this
place
movie.
on a harbor.
It does.
Amityville Shark.
How is that not one already?
I know, right? So the spirits have found their way into the Amityville horror. Now the residents are being picked off one by one. How can one break the evil curse when it's no longer contained by the house?
I love that. Wow. Like
Yeah.
the sea reclaimed the house. So
Yeah, it
now the
did.
sea is haunted.
The entire, now you get all the neighbors involved,
Oh.
everything.
That brings up
And I
another
bet
question.
there's an Amityville beach. I didn't Google it, but if there is, that mayor is not shutting it down on 4th of July weekend, damn it.
What happens when the Amityville house gets tired of its neighbors?
Get out!
It's because those houses are really close to each other.
They're very close to each other.
These aren't big yards. And I'm sitting there going, none of the neighbors have come out once even when the cops show up, even when everything's going
Yeah.
on, the door explodes, the window, they
That's
jump
'cause
out the
every
window.
neighbor is a good neighbor and went, hey, I ain't messing around with that. That's their problem.
Not my business. I
Not
remember
mine.
the people that died in that house, and I didn't come out then. No, sir.
Oh, really? I will never leave the house unless it's for some gray poupon.
Oh, that's right. These are the affluent neighbors.
Yes.
You know, and that's BS too. 'Cause
I
there
am
ain't
on my yacht. I am not at the house.
There ain't no affluent neighborhood going to allow a few murders to drop their home values as bad as that house did. 40,000 under market value, sir. Bullshit. They are not allowing that. That's not happening
these days. Not in
No.
this market.
No.
Not in this economy.
Uh-uh.
Now, Charlie, do you remember the hit show from the mid-2000s, Wife Swap?
I never watched it, but I do remember the commercials.
No,
and
they would,
they were just as funny.
Two families would swap wives, and
Yeah,
it'd
you'd
be
get,
like
the
the
hippie
crazy hippie with the
Yeah.
conservative family.
Yeah.
Shenanigans would ensue.
A lot of shenanigans according to the commercials.
Oh, always.
So
I
what we
present
got?
to you House Swap, Amityville edition. This is where the neighbors have to switch houses with the current Amityville owners and have to see if they will last over 2 weeks.
I promise you
Will-
people, we did not script this. I did not just bring up the neighbors because his next segment involved neighbors.
No, it just happened to be in the order I wrote these down. Will the neighbors survive? Now, in order to make this a little more enticing, the producers have also placed an axe in every room in the house to spice things up a bit.
I can't believe I forgot to bring up that point. That's another movie with an axe.
This is,
I should always love a movie with an axe in it.
but in House Swap, there's going to be a bathroom axe, a laundry room axe, a red room axe, a linen closet axe, a kitchen axe. If there's a room, there's an axe in it. That way, if 2 weeks in, we can see if these neighbors survive.
Did they call it the Red Room because they stole red rum from The Shining?
It could very well possibly be, because that was in the novel, I
The
believe.
more we talk about this, the more we're not
parallels are there.
we're not Batman or anything, but we're pretty damn good detectives after
Pretty
the
good
fact.
detective.
I'm starting
Now-
to think that whole movie's bullshit, Nate.
What if I were to present to you the biggest budget in the entire Amityville series.
I'm all ears.
Talking at least $250 million.
Ooh, we gonna need some investors.
Amityville Endgame. The Avengers have to defeat the Amityville curse. Tony Stark moves Avengers Tower to Amityville because he gets a really good deal on the house.
Tony Stank.
I'm laughing
Again,
at my own damn joke because the idea of Tony Stark being so cheap and goes, "Hey, Avengers, I got a really good deal over on Amityville. I bought this house. I don't know what happened."
That's because they put coffee grounds in the disposal. No, this once again, Charlie's brain. When Nate first says something, I went, "We're going to assemble all the versions of the Amityville house from all the movies."
Oh.
It's just Amityville, the neighborhood, and it's
Get out
all
on your left.
Amityville house. Every house is on the left. Technically, that if they're in a circle, that
would
tracks.
be actually yes.
They're all on the left. Oh my God, man. I was
Now-
worried about this episode. I'll be 100% honest, but I'm enjoying the hell out of this right now.
Don't worry. I've got more.
He made 4 pages of notes, people. I just saw the notebook.
I've got Amityville Exterminator. This is where I actually just bought the property and called it an exterminator and got rid of the flies. It's a short film,
Yeah.
but I took care of the pest.
Couple fly strips. That's all they needed in that room.
It wasn't too hard. I don't know why that priest had so much difficulty with them.
Yeah. And the most far-fetched thing in that movie was that the windows would actually open after a while. If anyone's ever worked on old homes or replaced those old-ass windows, they don't open.
Those things are stuck forever.
Yeah. So when they're acting like it won't open, I'm like, of course it won't. And then it opens. I'm like, well, that was bullshit. That never happened.
Now, these last two, I will admit, I kind of, started to run out of ideas.
No, say it ain't so, Nate.
So they're not my best, but I
That's
still want to pitch them to you.
Maybe I can improve on them. We'll see.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Amityville, Teenage Mutant Ninja Amityville. The house becomes a ninja crime fighter.
It has the eyes. I could picture.
Yeah,
the
we put the bandana over the
over
eyes,
the windows,
and then it's got nunchucks.
Oh, it has none.
Actually, what it does is it invites all the criminals to live in the house, and then eats them.
It disguises itself as the Foot base, where the Foot Clan hides, and then it wins. I don't know. I can't fix that one. I would love to hear the theme song, but I don't think I can fix that one, Nate.
Yeah, that one's really hard. Now,
That was
this
a
next
stretch.
one, I will admit, I have no story.
I will say though, real quick though, I'm pretty sure Super 7 is already making that toy right now. The
I
Amityville
really hope
Ninja
they
Turtle.
are. Coming soon. Pre-order now for $450.
It's on Kickstarter.
It comes with like a little mailbox that also has the Amityville eyes.
There's a little can of red paint.
Yeah, just a little tiny one.
Little tiny one.
So yeah, this one I got no story, but it's
Okay.
Uber-Idyville. I just really like to say the word Ubertyville.
Ubertyville
Go ahead.
horror.
Yeah, say it. It's fun. Ubertyville.
I said it. I said
Yeah.
Ubertyville.
I was thinking something with an Uber driver when I came up with the idea.
But then
And
the car has
when
to
I
be
combined
possessed.
the words, and it was just way more fun to say Ubertyville.
Yeah, I can't fix that one either.
Yeah, no, that one, like I said, I was really running out of steam.
You had gold at first. You
I
did
did.
good at first.
Yeah, you know what? As all good franchises do, once you get to about the 7th idea, you really start to run out of ideas. I just proved that.
Technically, that puts them almost at 50. So yeah, they're about to run out of ideas. I think Amityville Shark should happen though. I think I'm
Yeah, oh yeah, it should definitely happen.
I'm 100% behind that.
Now, can we talk about all the minor inconveniences that this ghost caused?
Sure, I would love to talk about the minor
Because
inconveniences.
every time that this movie was going on about what it was doing, I was like, that really isn't that bad.
Like getting stuck in the closet.
Yeah, you got stuck in the closet. You lost $1,500. It would suck. But if the ghost is just stealing your money, there's worse things that could happen.
Why was that even in there?
I don't
still
know.
was watching.
There was
this
no
going,
resolution.
There's nothing. Like I think it would have been funnier if he found the money, not the band. anything but what we got. Also, why did I need any of that in this movie at all?
The toilet overflows. That's gonna happen to any house.
That could have gone someplace amazing, and you forget about it. You literally forget about it because what happens right after? We get nun puke.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about the toilets till you
Nun
just
vomit.
reminded me. Right. We got a new metal band, Nun Vomit, made me forget about Black Blood Toilet. I claim that one. That one's mine.
That's all that you're allowed to have that one.
Black Blood Toilet.
Like to
No,
me,
Mike, you can't have these.
it would be it hides your car keys, and you're like, I can't get to work. I'm like 10 minutes later to work because it happened to move my keys just out of sight.
And they play with that at the end when she can't find the keys to the van and they're in her pocket. I'm sitting there going, the house took the keys because it stole the money. No, she just didn't know what pocket they were in.
The house stole the keys and the money. That way it could get out of town.
It's trying to relocate.
It's actually trying to leave New York.
Yep. Nope. I think it's fine. I would buy that more than what actually
in the modern version, it would just keep blowing out your candles, and you just relight it and be like, God, this is really annoying. Like the windows are closed, but yet my candles keep getting blown out.
Modern version, I've done switch to those stupid little LED candles so you can't blow it out.
Your Xbox would keep turning off right before you could save the game.
Now that would piss me off.
That would be the one that would really annoy me. I'm about to get the winning shot in Rocket League, and then it turns off.
I've literally watched one of our cats figure out that if it touches the glowy button, it makes a noise, and then Anthony screams his head off, and it thinks it's the funniest thing on the planet. And yeah, it hasn't done it in a while. It was when it was real young. But yeah, the little light would come on, and every once in a while it would like glow and get dim and bright.
Yep.
Stick its nose right on that button, and now that they're touch sensitive, Anthony lose his mind.
My old
turn the
setup,
Xbox off.
Beefcake used to take his nose and hit it.
Oh, I remember you telling us that.
Yep.
The Beefcake used to turn that off. What about the poor dog
Or I
in this
moved it.
movie, man?
It's a good dog.
How long did that dog have to paw at that stupid
So
concrete ground
sad.
at the bottom?
So sad.
And they play up that it like done it till it's
Paws
paws
were bleeding.
bled, but I don't believe that was blood though, Nate.
I
I think that was some of the red paint that they
just
poured
got
all
spilt. That the ghost spilt.
And then he falls through the steps in the climactic escape from the house. The door got stuck. Oh, now it's open. They get in. I love the van. It's a nice Chevy van. I would really enjoy having one
I
of
do
those.
support the van.
I love the van. And they get away. He stops in the middle of the street, and I'm like, oh, the house still has a hold of him. Nope, they got to go get the dog. And for some reason, I thought the little girl was crying about her doll. And then I realized, oh, she wants them to get the dog. I was like, okay, fair. I'll give you that.
Because I have not seen this in so long, when he gets out of the van and runs back to the house, and all screaming at him, I was like, he better be going to get the dog. Because that's what I would be doing. And then that's in fact what he was doing, I was like, haha, that's a damn good person right there.
Yeah, that was almost like a redeeming moment for him because he's turned into a piece of shit in this movie.
Yeah.
It really has. But then he's like, I am going to go get the dog for my new daughter. And he goes and he falls through the stairs. Why did it have to be black, oily goo and not like fake blood?
I don't know, because they clearly were not afraid of blood, because when the walls do start to bleed, it really starts to bleed.
They made the head explode with blood in the fake death.
Yeah,
so I'm like,
not quite sure what the thought process was of just making it like oil.
It looked like Bubble and Crew. It was the Beverly Hillbillies done struck oil on the harbor.
Yeah,
I don't know. They got the concrete, pond out back.
Can you imagine, though, you have guests over and then the walls start to bleed and you're like, oh, really, right now? Not when I got company.
Danzig would love it.
Danzig would absolutely love it.
Do the walls bleed?
Yeah, he has to ask every realtor that.
Why did he not buy the Amityville house when it went for sale?
Well, I mean, that is true. He's got all that misfit money.
He got misfit money.
Yeah.
Why has he not made an Amityville Danzig edition of the movie?
Give it time. I would watch a haunted house Danzig movie.
We need to call Jim.
Yep, get Jim on the line.
Get Jim on the line. We have so many more people to call now. We can make an Amityville movie, Nate. We have people to call. They're
We do.
listening right now. Let's
And they're
all get
taking down all
together.
the ideas, and then one of them's actually going to build the birdhouse.
No, they're all my friends. They wouldn't cross us like that. They know better.
They wouldn't Etsy cross us.
I know where they all are. I take excellent notes. I know all my interviewees. I do my investigations.
Really, this is the movie.
Oh yeah, we're
Minor
done.
inconveniences.
Yep.
You know what is crazy to think about though, because of this being 79 for all this happening, and then 2022, someone's living in this house. There's nothing happening. Nothing has been recorded since the lust.
No, nothing.
This house has Wi-Fi now.
Yeah, it
Think
may be
about that.
It could actually talk to you now.
It could. I also like to think that it's just distracted watching Netflix, and like the house itself, it says it's going to watch that, the Sandman with you, but then it decides to watch like 4 episodes ahead of you and already knows the plot twist to episode 9.
Yeah, it acts surprised as you're watching, and you can tell when they're faking it because that's not how you.
And this
really
could be
respond.
why hauntings are down in general. Is
I
just
was
the
just
fact of
getting
the
to bring
internet.
that up.
Yeah.
Yes, like it's nowhere near as prevalent as it used to be, even in the 90s. Like, yeah, they're watching stream, and I'm going to bring up something that I've seen quite a bit lately. Why are all the ghosts from Victorian areas? Aren't we supposed to be getting some, like, I guess if it's all within a certain timeline, should we not be getting some like greaser ghosts? Should we not get some hippie ghosts? I mean, when do I get my flock of seagulls ghosts running around haunting places, Nate?
Man, see, what are you talking about? You want me to hunt a ghost? Oh, you want a ghost? I'll give you a ghost right here, Charlie.
So you gave me 1930s gangster then.
Yeah, that's basically what they would be right now.
So is there a buffer of time then? It takes like 50 to 70 years before you can haunt. So is that like the waiting period?
I don't know if there's a waiting period. If you have to get put on a list. Wasn't this explained in Beetlejuice though? You have to take a number.
Well, I think that's just if you need help.
Oh, that's just tech support.
They were already,
which also means that this would all be done via the Wi-Fi. And that's why my internet wasn't working right before we recorded this episode.
See,
was
Amityville
the ghost need to use the Wi-Fi to have tech support.
Well,
for ghost problems.
The Amityville house knew we were going to record this, so it tried to stop us, but we're so far, it could only slightly buffer the internet speed, and that's all we could get. Because
which once again, a minor inconvenience.
All minor inconveniences, man, and no one dies.
I think also the problem with like modern hauntings with like today's technology and like editing and stuff, like there's just so much crap out there on YouTube. I've fallen down the rabbit holes of trying to find like stuff. And there's so much that's like, well, that's fake. That's fake.
Well,
like
look at
it's
how
amateur filmmakers, and hey, more power to you. But
yeah,
when you put so much into the ocean, it dilutes it.
Look how popular the Paranormal Activity movies got.
Exactly.
They were really making people believe, and it's just camera trickery.
Yeah.
So now we immediately go, where's the Photoshop? Where's the deep fake? Where's this? Those stupid TikToks where you're watching it and they're like, oh, did you see that? And really all it is a video to get you to sit there and watch it 27 times. So it boosts their algorithm.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's all BS, man. Or they do a stupid jump scare at the end of the video, which I already can figure out 90% of them. And it's just like, yeah, this is just going to try and make me jump.
I wish there is like 2 TikTok video like users I had found that have like really interesting footage. I'll post them in the Facebook group if I can find them, because both of them were like, there was enough footage and what they were doing. I was like, there's something here.
Yeah.
I've
seen like the hidden room in the basement ones and stuff like that where I want to believe them, but I'm also in the back of my head going, man, it'd be so easy to fake now.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's so easy with so many different editing programs. And then like there's also the ones where it's like people have cameras in their house, and I think that's weird.
Dude, I'm a contractor, man. You now have to be like, you're on film almost all day, every day, even if they don't tell you. You not that we do anything, and it's just weird that people want to see that. You know, you don't want to see me yell because I messed something up or I hit my thumb, but that's what it is now. I mean,
Well, it's like,
we're
even if you're not doing a house, right? It's like that person has 7 days out of the week where they're just like by themselves, recording themselves.
yeah. Well,
Like that's what I think's weird.
think about all the people that drive with cameras on, just hoping to catch something. Yeah, we get to watch the videos of the actual thing that's cool to see. What you don't see is the 7 months nothing happened.
And
that
that's the
they
thing. Like,
did.
I've debated on getting one of those in case I got into a car accident because it seems like it would be the
I
thing to
I can
save
see
your
like
ass.
truckers getting it or something like that. That totally, like if I owned a trucking company, you would all have video cameras
We all
facing
have the
out the
dash cam.
windshield immediately. But
It'd
normal
be a
people,
liability thing just to make sure your ass is covered in case there's
yeah,
an accident. Like, that's the only reason why I'm like, man, it might be kind of cool to get one. But I'm like, well, there would also be just me deleting tons and tons of driving footage
right.
where nothing happens.
Yeah, I mean, it would be like just have a GoPro hooked up and then just rewrite the card every day, you know.
I
But
mean, I got one of those cameras to go outside, and then I got tired of, like, people ringing my doorbell, and it's just easier to like press the button, and be like, nope. And then the moment I like put on the camera or turn on or put it up, it's like I never got those visits anymore. Like,
yeah,
they
they
all
saw the
just
camera.
stopped.
They
Yeah.
were all like, nah, screw that.
Ah.
I would get 27 possums, 7 deer, 2 black bear, and dogs and cats setting all mine off all the time.
You
That's
should just
what it
get
would be.
a trail cam. That sounds awesome.
I might as well get, literally before we started recording, there's 2 baby deer like no more than 20 yards away from me and Jackie. So, country life. The sad part is they weren't scared of anything, and I'm like, yeah, y'all ain't gonna last long. But no, it's a different time. And again, like you were saying, man, this movie worked. Apparently, it made a ton of money. It has
Spawned
been
an insane franchise.
insane. Is that the longest running franchise? That's a good question to look
I
into.
bet there's some sort of asterisk where they don't count it because of how much isn't even involved, and it just has the title.
Yeah, but I mean, I
To me,
think
it counts.
because I say it counts if it says Amityville. That'd be like how many Friday the 13th movies are there? Because they just kept adding Friday the 13th, to it. It's kind of what they were trying to do with Halloween. Halloween was never supposed to be all Michael Myers. It was just supposed to be a new Halloween movie every year that dealt with a scary story.
Still wish we could have gotten something like that.
Yeah, we got Season of the Witch. No one understood what was going on, and they scrapped it and gave us the Curse of Michael Myers. I don't know. It's stupid. But we totally got off. Where's like Amityville versus? That's what we need. Amityville versus other movie franchises versus the demonic dolls
versus the Bell Witch. Because that's near you.
It is.
So we got to figure out a way to get the New York to fight Tennessee.
What if we just bring the shed?
All right. Yeah. Okay. So we bring the shed.
The Amityville shed. That's its travel version that we take around.
Now available in Travel Hunt.
Yes. That'd be kind of cool to see that going down the road on the back of a big ass trailer. Like 3 Amityville houses looking at you as you pass, judging you as you go down the road. You're like, I'm pretty sure we just passed like 3
Was
mini
that a
Amityville.
mini Amityville?
100%, man. That's still can't believe they changed the mirrors or the windows. That's stupid.
So stupid.
I hate that.
You bought the house. You knew what you're getting yourself into.
That's right. Well, yep, I'm with you, man. So we've already done our body count, our raining blood, our kill of the week, which was almost non-existent. So I guess we rate this bad boy, huh?
Let's get it going.
All right.
Guys, it's okay. He just wanted his machete back. Whew.
All right, so it's horror. I guess I got to go
Yeah, you
first.
get to go first.
I've struggled with this, man. I can't deny the impact this movie has had on the horror genre since it came out. What ideas people have spawned from it, not just the other movies that have come from it, but just ideas in future, like the House movie, House 1,
Yeah.
House 2. What if the house itself is haunted? It's a cool concept, and I dig it. I love James Brolin in this. I liked Margot Kidder. I feel like she played the role wrong. everyone was watchable in this movie. There wasn't like someone in this movie where you're like, I don't believe you. Even his business partner, I like that whole interaction they had.
Exactly, and it's still very 70s acting.
And I have to put myself, like, it's like what Pete had told us, reviewing a movie 42, 43 years later sometimes is unfair if you keep it in the context of movies now.
No, like
And
back
I'm
in the
not
day,
doing
this
that.
is fantastic acting.
I think this has a definite mood to it. It sets a tone. It is painfully slow to get to the point. And even in 1979, there are massive plot holes in this movie. I am giving this 6 machetes.
Oh, 6 machetes.
I'm giving it 6. And it would be 5 if not for James Brolin's acting in this. I really did enjoy watching him in how he descended into this, madness, I guess. Even other than his stupid scream at the end, I'm tearing myself apart.
Oh, I
was
forgot
like,
about that. Yeah.
that was as bad as Darth Vader going, no. Everything else, though, I loved him doing in this movie. So it's 6 machetes. So Nate, where are you
It's
at, Bubba?
funny you mentioned 5 because that's where I'm sticking at.
That's totally fine
I
and
think
understandable.
I can't go lower than that because
It's not fair
it's not fair
the
to
movie.
its legacy. I want to hear from people that still really enjoy this movie and what they enjoy about it. And if it's in the same case of like what myself was like, oh yeah, I love this movie. And then rewatching it and going, oh, this is not at all what I remember,
Yeah.
The movie's not necessarily bad made. It's very slow. It takes till the last 15 minutes to be captivating. And I hate to say that because of watching it from the modern eye lens of expecting stuff to happen right at the get-go. Not that I'm wanting that. And I love character development and it has that. It's just when you see what like the creepy things are happening, I'm like, this is really not creepy, like at all.
They're
Like
literally
they
minor
misplaced
inconveniences.
$1,500. That sucks, but like
And it wasn't even their $1,500.
Nah, it was a guy who was getting married.
It was her brother. It was her
Yeah.
brother's $1,500. And it's so weird. And it didn't need to be there at all. We didn't need the exposition of him writing a check that bounced. He was stressed enough before that. I didn't need that to add to it.
This is like if there could have been more tension being built and more tension being built to where you can't take it anymore and you're waiting for it to finally snap, then those final 15 minutes would be even more effective. That's why I got the drive-through theater experience, thought process with this. So I was like, man, imagine seeing this at night in the car and then like it finally gets to this climax. Like it would be effective because you're outside, you hear the woods, you hear the birds on top of,
Well, and you're
being
watching it with someone, and maybe that person's a bit more susceptible to being startled or scared. I think what would have, back to one of my original points, I think what would have added to the tension would have been Margot Kidder playing this differently as the stressed out without the house. That's the thing. Let George descend because of the house. Let Margot already kind of be frazzled because she's a divorcee. She's a mother of 3. She's in a new home and she's now having to deal with everything going on. Let that add to it. Let that really kind of let the house be driving a wedge by affecting George like it is. There's only really one I couldn't help but even laugh at the end, but when the girl gets stuck in the closet is probably the most tense part of the movie.
It's the most tense part, but then when you think about it, there's so many modern different ways you could do it better.
Oh,
but
that's
what they gave you back then, and I can't fault it for that.
No,
I
can't.
It's not fair.
And they added that she clawed till her fingers bled.
They did.
The little girl sitting there staring at the door was unsettling. That brings up a whole nother thing. The freaking imaginary friend has no payoff whatsoever.
Oh, it's because the actual little girl believed that she was being friends with a ghost pig. I'm not making that up. I think it's a pig.
No. In the movie, they use a pig's head
In the window shot.
in the
Yeah.
window shot.
And I'm fairly certain when it was debunked to be the neighborhood's cat, like the neighbor's cat, which
is
I thought was funny because that's what George mentions in the movie. Like, oh, it's probably a neighbor's cat. And
it was
like,
just the
no,
neighbor's
it
cat.
really was.
But no, but I mean, again, they would set up stuff that really they could have gone a lot further with, and then just nope, nothing.
Now,
Oh,
I do believe that, because little kids are weird at times. There could have been something contacting that little girl.
I'm not saying that
I don't
wasn't.
think there wasn't.
What I'm saying is they set it up, and this is probably one of the biggest setups in the movie they bring it up several times, the imaginary friend. Then it jumps out of a window and we see glowing eyes. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Done. I'm like, what was the point of that? Is it a ghost? Is it the house? Is it Satan? They threw the whole bag at us. They went, let's see what sticks. And it was just so early on. A movie that like this coming out now that didn't get fixed for the reboot. If someone just went, well, let's just do a movie based on this book. We have no idea it's bullshit. That's not going to fly in this. It's this. No, we're going to be sitting there going, well, which is it? Is it Satan? Is it a portal to hell? Is it imaginary? Is it a poltergeist? Is the house itself haunted? Is it on an Indian burial ground? All of this is brought up in the movie. Everything is brought up in the movie. Then they run away. And nothing follows them. So I might drop down to a 5, but James Brolin again to 6 because of James Brolin.
Yeah, to me it's a perfectly run of the mill. Like you can go back and watch this to see if we're wrong.
Honestly, that I think that's where I'm gonna have to be like, I would recommend this to someone that I know loves horror but hasn't seen this. But if it's someone that's like, I'm just now getting into horror, I'm going to be like, don't even bother with the Amityville movie. Jump into something else because this will soil your opinion. Like get a little bit of where we're at now and then go back so that maybe you can appreciate where it started kind of,
Yeah, definitely.
I just, I think you said it perfectly, man. This is one of the few movies that just hasn't aged well at all.
And that's all it is. And that's what I love about our show is the fact that it's to reflect on what we would have watched as a kid. And this was it.
And this is kind of like the inverse of what you would normally expect. Normally you expect us to bring up a movie that we absolutely love, that we know front to back, that we just want to talk about. But we also do movies that, like we said, the Amityville, we know it. We've seen it. It has been a huge icon in this genre, but yet now we've gone back and watched it and went, oh shit, it is not what we thought it was.
No, I mean, the nice thing is it's got me wanting to go into watching more ghost story movies. Especially now that we're in August. To me, it's officially Halloween season once it hits August.
I think if you bring another one to the show, though, I'm going to require you to pre-watch it before we put it on the schedule, though.
Oh, that's totally fair.
We don't normally do that. A lot of times we like to just wait till we cover the movie. This is one of those times where I was like, either this should have been a double feature where we compare it to the new one, which I think would have been interesting. But also, maybe we watch it with the second one so we get the prequel so we know what the hell's happening in this movie.
This also brings me to a point, and I would like to pitch this to the Facebook and Instagram users. Write to us, reach out to us.
And if you're not on there, you should be if you're listening.
You should be. If you would like for us to cover an original movie and a remake as a double feature. If we get enough of the same names, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Not necessarily a vote, but it's like, all right, this one's getting brought up the most.
Mm-hmm.
Let us know. I think we could cover it possibly in October or November because the schedules are already pre-made.
I'm taking The Thing off the table, though. That's unfair.
I would take The Thing.
We already did The Blob, so that's already gone.
Evil Dead, because there's still some ideas floating around about what to do with that franchise down the road.
Yeah. So we'd like to see something that maybe is more obscure, I guess, is what we're going for.
I don't know if obscure, just something that's like, oh yeah, that was remade.
That would be obscure, Nate.
I guess so.
That's okay.
My definition of obscure is a little different.
Obscure is not quite clear. Or we can be like, oh, they did remake that.
A
didn't
little
they?
Foggy.
Or if they remade it and it's under a different name,
A
but
good
it's the same
example
story.
for everyone would be the Crazies.
Yes. That's
because that's one of those
actually a
you
good one.
forget that. Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was remade.
That was
Timothy
I
Oliphant.
was going to say that was my boy Timothy Oliphant.
Yeah, it was our man crush.
I have his action figure now.
I can't wait for mine to come in.
Yep. I got my Mandalorian, Timothy Oliphant. I'm a big fan. And he does look like I can't remember the other guy's name. He was in that one Netflix show that got canned about superheroes. Crap,
The guy that's in the Transformer movies, is it Josh Duhamel or whatever?
Oh, yeah, Josh Duhamel.
Yeah. They
I've
do
always-
look a lot alike.
I've always said they look alike, and I was reading something about them. One of them sent a Christmas card to the other's mother, acting as if he was her son, and she didn't catch it. That is hilarious. Like, you guys look like each other a lot, and now you're sending Christmas cards to the other one's mom. Like, Merry Christmas, Mom. Here's a picture of me and the family. And she's like, it looks like my son, but that doesn't look like my daughter-in-law or something.
I think.
Yeah, Josh Duhamel.
That's
What was
awesome.
What was that Netflix show? It was actually pretty good. They're
I
like
can't remember the name of
the,
it, but I know it got
older superheroes. Yeah.
I was gonna wait till there was a season 2, then it got canceled. I went,
Yeah, it
well,
was-
okay.
I watched that one all the way through going, this is actually pretty good. And they went, no more. I was like,
No more.
this is
Oh, you
why
like that? Let me slap it away
this
from
is
you.
why I waited till like the last season of Game of Thrones before I started
This is
watching.
why I have trust issues.
That's right, man. The boys better all be out before I finish watching the season. I just can't do it anymore. I can't handle it anymore, man. You cancel everything I love. All
So
right, man.
we would typically do trash opinions, but I feel bad calling this one trash. So
Yeah.
instead, I will do a review where someone gave this a 10 out of 10.
Perfect.
This comes from Terrible 2, and he says, we should have seen the Muppet movie.
And he gave it a 10,
He gave it a 10.
but we should have went and watched the Muppet. That would have was it
This is from
1979?
2005. So I was 13 years old in 1979 when my brother was 8. Our stepfather was going to bring us to the movies. My older brother and I convinced our younger brother, much to stepdad's approval, to see the Amityville Horror. Stuart Rosenberg's vision comes to life when a middle-class family, the Lutz, move into a beautiful home with a price tag that makes no sense. Soon things are not right. Cold air and lots of bumps in the night force the family to believe that they may not be alone in a wonderful beachfront home. The acting is good. James Brolin is quite believable as the dad, who's beginning to lose his mind, and Margaret Kidder does a fine job before she really lost her mind. Right from the get-go, the film has the creepiest music in film history, and we know we're in for a ride. About a half hour into the film, my younger brother was turned around in his seat with his hands over his eyes, repeating the words, "We should have seen the Muppet movie." By the late 70s, the book was a classic, and the film added fuel to the fire. The movie scared the crap out of all of us, even my big brother and myself. I own the movie, and it has scared my children, as hopefully it will scare theirs someday. Maybe we should have seen the Muppet movie instead. The guy nails it, though. 13 in that time frame, and even younger, an 8-year-old seeing it, which is probably about how old I was when I saw it. Yeah, scary.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's just the fact that now we know so much about the actual story.
Yeah,
Other movies that we've seen, it's robbed us of what this experience was.
Yeah, but we're also able to watch it without the rose-colored glasses, though.
Yes.
Which I can love a movie that I know is garbage, but rose-colored glasses. This is one of those few where I was able to take the glasses off, but I still truly gave this movie a chance.
No, I didn't write it off.
I gave
What
it
did Margaret
every
Kidder do to lose her mind, though? I'm kind of confused. You've mentioned it, and now that review has mentioned it.
dude, she like should have been. I think she might have even been committed for a little while, but no, she literally lost her mind.
Oh, that's
Like
sad.
she went insane.
Hmm.
Yeah, and it still happened in the 80s. I think it was just one of those things where I don't know if she ever got committed, but it was that bad.
Oh, she
I'd
died
have
from
to look it up.
suicide in 2018. That's sad. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah, she's been a rough life for her. And that's what I'm saying. I like her. To me, she will always be Lois Lane. I feel like and it could be on the director, like maybe she tried, but they turned her into a newlywed that should have been like 20 years old, not a 30 something mother of three.
Yeah.
She doesn't play it that way. And I think it hurts. It hurts what I think could have elevated the movie a little bit higher. But that's not what they're doing, man. They filmed this movie in 7 weeks. Books good. Put it out there. We made a shit ton of money. James Brolin making a lot of money, and then no one would hire him for like 5 years because how much of an asshole he portrayed as the dad. Not that he was one, not that he was a bad actor. It was people are going to associate your character with this movie. We can't hire you. That's good acting in my book, though.
That's very good acting. Yep.
Yeah. All right, man. We've turned what should have been a 30-minute episode into our normal runtime. So
I knew we could do it.
Oh yeah. Well, we had the Amityville franchise Nate edition, so it worked out great.
Yep.
So, all right, everybody. Thanks for checking us out this week as we dove into the Amityville Horror. If you absolutely love that movie, I hope we didn't like step on it or anything. We tried to still be somewhat respectful and give it the praise it needed, but we're also going to be honest about our reviews. We're also not a review show. We just throw a number that tells you how we feel. So if you want to continue this and you want to yell at us, you can join us over on the Facebook group at Give Me Back My Horror Movies, Give Me Back My Action Movies. We are on Instagram under both names. We are on Twitter. We are on TikTok. Getting better at TikTok, Nate. We're getting better.
We're getting there.
I've even done some Instagram reels that I'm quite proud of.
You have.
I made Nate laugh. It was hilarious. And now we can keep saying we are on YouTube. New episodes will be uploaded at the same time they're on all our podcatchers. So if you prefer podcasts on YouTube, they're there. Don't know about putting the older ones up yet. I might cherry pick and maybe do some of the interviews or something, but it just automatically does it from the new ones we put out. We have our live stream of Prey that is out there. You can go on and watch it, and we'll keep everyone updated as new ones come available when we come up with a cool idea and watch all 37 Amityville movies.
So, may God have mercy on our soul.
Woo, we definitely going to have Pete for those. And speaking of Pete, please go check out all of the other shows on the Gimme Back My Podcast network. We have Good Beer, Bad Movie Night with our boy Pete. We have Gimme Back My Pro Wrestling, Monster Movie Stomp Down, I Know You Hear Me with Flynn Hendricks, and Tales from the Hunt with Flynn Hendricks and Just Jeff. Also, check out all our Instagram buddies that are other podcasters, Spoils of Horror, 100 Horrors, Podcasting After Dark. All those guys, all of our friends, follow us on Instagram. You'll meet them.
With September around the corner, Haunted House is going to be coming back up. So Tales from the Haunt, if you do not know, those guys just interview scream actors, I guess you could call it. Scare actors. That's the official term.
Scare actors.
So this is their bread and pudding this season coming up. So if you want some insider of what goes on into how to scare people in a haunted house, that's what those guys do.
I'm trying to figure out why you went pudding instead of butter.
Is it bread and pudding or bread and butter?
I've always said bread and butter, but you're not.
I also don't know how to talk.
We have proven that time and time again. But
there are moments where we know that Nate does not know how words function into a sentence.
that just took me aback where I was like, "Hey, you're not British," and I don't know if it's a British saying.
Bread
but I
and
was like,
pudding, mother.
I was like, bread and pudding. That is such an odd way to say what I've always known as, get the bread and butter. That's
I do think it is. You know what? You're right. It is bread and butter. I'm not arguing it. Maybe I'm just wanting some pudding right now.
I gave you the benefit of the doubt to maybe enlighten me that bread and pudding is
Nope.
another way to say it.
No, it's probably not.
All right. Well, I think it's almost time for Nate to take another vacation. So,
Might
with
be.
all of that, thank you guys for listening. And Nate, why don't you get us out of here with the good word?
Houses aren't really evil, are they?
Now, let's talk about how I get back home.